Hello Libra, welcome to my channel. This reading is for February 2024. Of course, you can watch this at any time when you find it. I hope it finds you well and you're able to reflect on things and be able to make some decisions to propel things forward. So I have 3 decks for this video. The first one is the Slavic Legends Tarot. Then I have the Power of the Runes cards. And if you've been on my channel, you might have seen the Healing with the Berries Oracle cards. I've had them for a while. So I haven't pulled out any cards yet. I do feel like it's your day and it's your time. I am a Libra myself. I am reading for the multiple people on here. But I've been wanting to say the Archangel prayer for a while. And I did yesterday. And when I did that, today has just revealed things, and it's almost as if things were uncovered and brought to the light. So from that, it really helped me with the trajectory of what I was going to do. So from that, it was also a shift, and there's an uplifting type of energy too, because when you receive clarity, you are able to clear that space in your mind, and it could help you de-stress because now you know, so you're able to feel, for some, in a different mindset and different type of mood. I may have been in a noticeably good mood, not necessarily about the answer, but again with clarity, when you know that, well, now I know where to take things. And I went to the cafe. I go to different cafes depending on what I'm doing, if I am running errands in different areas. And in this cafe, I don't usually pay with cash, but I had cash on me at the time and I wasn't using my card. So the person that was ringing me up said that, I feel that you're a good person, just for next time. And I got my drink and I didn't pay for it. And from that, it wasn't about paying for it, um, but it was just the gesture of what that was to really of what was done and what was said. And then I went to Target because I was getting something there. So I just had the one item and I was in line and there's a person or people in front of me and they asked if that was the only thing I had. And I'm like, yeah, it's the only thing. And they're like, get in front of me. I'm like, no, okay, thank you though. And then they insisted and they're like, I can pay for it too. And I'm like, no, thank you, thank you. So I really feel like this is really something that is a good thing. Um, Even when you change the direction, it clears the path. And that's what I feel really happened. And the fire in you, it really is ignited, and there's a sense of excitement, even with the full energy that you get from the full card in the deck. Um, except with the fool, a lot of times you don't know the direction. So it could be further down the fool's journey. I feel like there has been things that have happened, and now now we change direction. So finish pulling out the rune card and the fairy card. And even when I was just shuffling the rune deck, I shuffled it facing me. I didn't look at the cards, but it just feels like things have really shown, and in some cases, shown their colors. This could have to do with people. And I feel at this time, if you are moving forward, to really shine the light that's within you. And I'm sorry, it's 8 minutes in, but it also allows you to focus on things because, again, with it clears the mind, it clears up space, not only maybe in your environment, but also makes it so you can prioritize the things that need to be dealt with. There's this car that I park near in the parking garage in my apartment building, and the license plate says Focus. Such a direct reading because of the cards that are coming out. Even with the karmic card for why things are happening. And as I pull this card up, the Six of Cups, and it has streams of water and cups. My cat does this thing where she likes to dip her paws into the water and clean her paws. So maybe there's like a cleansing having to do with your past. It could be a rejuvenation, it could be an understanding, or again, clearing what was, and now it's moving forward to what we know. The overall energy that you get is the Knight of Swords. And those are the messages that can be the constant. It could also be those spiritual messages and even the ones in your environment, however you take it, whatever you believe, that really pulls on you or that's noticeable. From what you received, because I feel around this time you will receive the answer that really takes out the excess. It again, it catapults you to a specific direction. And for some, it might be surprising the results, or again, it's not what you expected, but it is what happened, and it is something that you can work from. Answers are good with whatever the answer is. So the cards that are the Oracle card and the Rune card are like the ignition, like the fire. The Oracle card is sexuality. And I feel, again, there was just something about that answer that really was like, it helped you get up. I feel maybe in the past, recently, you may have not have, you may not have, but in a way you haven't and have not tended to, sorry, um, you haven't tended to your needs. And it doesn't need to be in a sexual way, but it can be that you were in a mood and it it brought you back, and you taking steps back and maybe more reserved energy. However, you react to those times and uncertainties, and it, in a way, for some, you forgot about you. You left yourself behind, or you didn't give the nurturing and the love to yourself. Because it feels as if, with the past card, the Emperor card, the Emperor card taking care of other people's needs before your own. And with the Emperor being at the age that he is in this card, it's important and in all stages of life, but especially here, that he needs to take care of himself. I feel that you love doing this, that, and the third. you love getting your nails done, or you love going out and enjoying having brunch just for the sake of having brunch and the the happiness it brings to you. You love these things, but you didn't want to give them to yourself. And it feels that there was like a slump, that it's not like you didn't feel that you wanted to give it to, you didn't want to give it to yourself, but that you were so focused on other things and other people. The other oracle card is Fehu, and or the rune card, and this is expansion and cattle being more of a wealthy symbol, and even a feminine symbol too. It does feel like it's headed in that direction, because maybe there was something that didn't go according to plan, again, unexpected, and because you were so focused on that instead of other things, including yourself, other things fell like on the list of things to do. Because if you don't do something one day, it just builds up and other things need to be done, but you haven't done the other things that need to be done. It's really interesting because my cat doesn't usually go on any of the videos. This is the first video where she really was present in here. So with the further future, it doesn't look like you're giving much response. And maybe the response that you got, you didn't really get much of a direct response to. It was kind of not even implied in some cases. It could have been like hinted, but for a lot of cases, maybe you just saw it and it was, the answer was just there, and you're thinking, oh, okay, well, I guess that's that. And so it propelled the movement. The immediate future will be good because it's the Three of Coins, and I feel like this is really building up again. Maybe adding more things to the shop, getting more work done. It could be your job. I'm mainly getting it for yourself. What do you want? And now you just have like a almost like a new energy, a new view on, maybe not that big, but a view on life, or a new perspective that you got from the Six of Cups. And even the energy, extra cards here, the Ten of Wands, and then the Page of Swords. But the Page of Swords, it feels a little petty. Like the response that you got, it was a response, but it's almost as if the way that you got it or the way that things just unraveled, it felt a little disrespectful. It was rude in a way where it felt like you invested yourself in this situation, maybe with a person, maybe like something in your life that you put a lot of time in and you focused on. And it was almost as if it was just, it came to a halt. It was as if one day it was there, one day it wasn't there. And that was, I feel like there's a lot of disrespect with that because it's one person having clarity and then another person needing to take the hints of it. And it does feel like there's confusion because it happened and it was surprising and it was abrupt. But I'm going to say this: karma doesn't forget, and you will get your compensation. What's amazing about this is with the King of Cups being able to keep your composure. Maybe around this time, it really made you feel upset. But then when you got your answer, it was like, kind of, excuse me. So from that, you're like, I just reacted and had all these thoughts about this situation just for it to be that answer that wasn't as, it's not like it wasn't serious, but it wasn't as severe as you were making it out to be in your head because you're only there to think about things because you didn't get your answer a direct way. You just had to find out. And it feels like it really ate at you too. uh, and with the overall energy being the Nine of Swords, it can also be one where being so hyper focused on this and it's a stressful thing. So the extra cards that I pulled specifically for the Three of Coins, the Three of Pentacles of working. For some, it might be reworking. Again, with compensation, for some, it might be a debt owed to you. And I'm not saying you need to demand it, but almost like in a universal perspective and response. For some, if you believe, like, I don't feel like the guides are super happy with these results. Not in a way where um how life is going in like the direction, but how it was like just thrown at you in the predicament that you were put in. And it almost feels like it wasn't even your problem, but you were involuntarily put in that position. And with that, it's nice, it's amazing to help people with things, especially when it's at it's that time when they need it. It's another thing where when you're starting to get consequences and those repercussions affect you, it's not their problem anymore, it's your problem. And honestly, that doesn't feel like it's okay. So, it's the Knight of Wands, the Four of Swords, and these cards seem to be more aggressive with it, with Three of Coins, the Knight of Coins, and the Page of Coins. A lot of court cards in here, with the Page and the Knight and the King, but all masculine energy. Um, it doesn't need to be a specific gender, but it does feel like someone tried to dominate your energy. With the Knight of Wands, it could have been a person that you dealt with in a relationship or some type of dynamic that is of that nature. And with this one, what is a fun Saturday night is a lonely Sunday morning type of energy, just sporadic, which is interesting because you have the Knight of Coins. So that is a staying put energy too. So one person stayed consistent, I feel like, and then the other person just came and go as they went. And it was the Four of Swords, like the dynamic between the two, needing to rest. There's something that was happening that they needed to heal from. And the Sun card. This feels like it's a waiting card, and it is a waiting card. And with the sun and the snow and the Four of Swords, it feels like hibernation and waiting for a new season. And while that's being done, it's the Knight of Coins with the Page of Coins. There might have been adolescent energy or naive energy from this. I feel like the Knight of Coins and the Page of Coins is you. It could be the other way around. The other card I got is the Six of Wands. And that's steady movement after having difficulties from the Five of Wands. And the present card that really links to the Knight of Wands and the Four of Swords. Maybe this person with the spout of energy that they put in, it's almost like a cheetah where they sprint and then they have no energy left or nothing else to give towards it. Then they retreat. The present is the Eight of Coins, Eight of Pentacles. And it looks like something on the back burner, which could link to the Knight of Wands. Running off to do other tasks, fulfill others, requests. So the mind position is the Seven of Cups. I think this is really great for you because at this point, now you're able to have all these things that you can do that you can focus on now. And it's up to you what you want to put your energy towards. It does feel like the world is your oyster. And I'm really getting treating yourself. I don't know, with the sleeve there, it kind of looks more proper, as if um, more like balloon sleeves. So another other cards for the Seven of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Nine of Coins. And for the Libra, the Two of Swords, trying to make up your decision on something that you would like to do or you would like to have with the Seven of Cups that you could work towards. Then the Nine of Coins. Great grounded energies in this reading because I feel like now you can put your foot down and or have some type of foundation. The Nine of Coins has worked through the different stages. The Seven of Coins, um, tending to your plants, to your needs, expanding. Eight of Coins. This is more consistency. What you have done with the Seven of Coins, the Seven of Pentacles was successful. Now you could really thrive off of it. And then the Nine of Coins is a card of riches. Now, riches can be different things. But I am really getting it could be literally different things, whatever you want. The Nine of Coins. It's the Wheel of Fortune. With this one, I'm getting it being tedious. It's slow wealth, but it's solid and it's grounded. The spinning wheel there. And it's a castle wheel too, where the pedal should be at the bottom. It's not showing it. It's more vertical compared to a Saxony wheel. And the spinning process is tedious too, but it is rewarding. And it can be a self-made type of art because depending on what you initially have, if you're starting off with having to wash and card and spin up and ply and wash, it takes a while, but it is worth it. And it's also a skill too. With these pentacle cards, it takes skill and it takes time to master the skill. And you have Ace of Coins. It's such a prosperous reading. Now that you're able to clear up space, I feel all this expansion from this reading. In your environment card, another Pentacles card, the Queen of Coins. This one is the breadwinner. Even with the crown of the flowers just blooming and Such a thriving energy, and the wealth too. And this also feels like direction. So the hopes or fears is the Ace of Cups. But this one, it feels like hoping you're making the right decision. And with the Seven of Swords, it feels as if you're not really answering to anybody at this point. You're kind of just doing your thing. So when things are happening, other people might not be aware. And that goes for maybe if you're going through times where it's a push and pull, or times of push and pull, which you get in life. With the victories that you have, it might be quiet too. Somehow people do find out, and following that is the Eight of Swords. You might not hear what they're saying, but they're talking and they're seeing the things that you're doing, and it might make them feel a certain way with the moon there. That even when they know, you don't have to pay it any mind if you do or if you don't. It might be more direct with the Ace of Swords. Once you start moving, other people will see what you're moving towards. You might um, have people along the way to teach you certain things. And that's what you get with the Karmic card, the Six of Cups. That also the emotional tie with that on those times and how they made you feel. It's important to note those things. And then the final card is the Magician. Such a fruitful reading. You're going to use all that you have, the physical, the knowledge, the emotional, how, again, how those things made you feel. You could get anything with the Seven of Cups. So, really think about those times where if you're working, you spend those 8 hours, if whatever hours you work, what is worth purchasing? What is worth accepting or bringing into your life out of those long 8 hours that you worked hard to do to get that? So I'll read the Oracle card message. Sorry. Card meaning your sexual self needs some attention. By drawing this card, you're urged to be honest with yourself about your sexuality and take appropriate steps. Sexuality is an important part of life, not just to our physical self, but also to our emotional and spiritual selves. The fairy realm understands this unique joy that comes to sexual experiences. Know that the divine light that is created when you merge with the beloved partner. They understand the release that sexuality brings about. By drawing this card, you're being guided to heal any sexual issues that may have arisen from negative experiences. If you were ever sexually abused, this card is a signal, a call for help from your inner self. You may be directed to seek professional counseling or support group to overcome negative or sexual or body image issues or heal the sexual unsatisfying relationship. The fairies will guide you to the appropriate resources so that you can be truly free to experience the dynamic aspects of your sexuality. Affirmation: my sexual self is attractive, healthy, and able to experience great pleasure. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.